Have you ever found yourself just drowning in digital tasks,
Wow.
wishing you had a truly intelligent assistant?
Yeah, absolutely.
Not just something that, follows rigid commands, but like an actual digital companion.
Yeah.
One that could grasp a complex instruction and just, well, run with it.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine it browsing the web, handling intricate files, maybe crunching vast data sets, and then, boom, delivering a polished report right to you. All from just a simple request in plain English.
It sounds like the dream, doesn't it? Especially now.
Right. We're living in this era defined by just information overload. And the ability to cut through all that noise, to get to the heart of complex topics quickly, it feels less like a nice to have and more like a superpower.
Vital one.
We all want to be well-informed, keep pace with this accelerating world. But honestly, who has the endless hours needed to sift through mountains of data, all these diverse sources?
Well, that struggle, that need for efficiency and deeper understanding, that's precisely what we're going to try and illuminate today. We've gathered a really fascinating collection of sources that offer an unparalleled look into an open source marvel, a powerful new tool designed to be exactly that kind of digital companion you just described.
Right.
It's really poised to fundamentally reshape how you interact with your digital world. And our deep dive today will hopefully demystify its capabilities and help you unlock its profound potential.
Okay, let's do it. And the innovation we're zeroing in on is called Kortix Suna.
That's the one.
Now, before we venture any further, let's clear up one really crucial point,
Yeah.
because this could lead to some initial confusion.
Good idea.
We are talking about Kortix Suna. That's Kortix Suna. It's the groundbreaking AI agent engineered for sophisticated, complex task automation.
Right, test automation.
We are absolutely not discussing Suno AI, Suno AI, which is, a popular and very different platform known for music generation.
Totally different field. Yeah.
Our sources today are laser-focused, exclusively dedicated to the Kortix project. It's an open-source, generalist AI agent designed to operate with really remarkable versatility.
In essence, it's engineered to be your versatile AI assistant, capable of autonomously executing just a vast array of real-world tasks, all based on the instructions you give it in plain, natural language.
And our mission today, for this deep dive, is really to arm you with a comprehensive understanding of Kortix Suna.
Okay.
We'll kick things off by defining its truly incredible capabilities, painting a picture of what this generalist agent can actually achieve.
Right.
From there, we'll meticulously peel back the layers, reveal its sophisticated modular architecture, the scaffolding that enables its power and versatility.
With the nuts and bolts.
Exactly. Then we'll guide you through what it genuinely takes to install and self-host this robust system, which, fair warning, is a significant undertaking, but it grants you immense control and customization.
That's the trade-off.
It is. Following that, we'll explore the art of effectively using Suna specifically, the craft of designing prompts that truly unlock its full autonomous potential.
Ah, the prompting.
Yeah.
Always key. Always key. And finally, for those of you eager to explore the real bleeding edge, we'll delve into how you can build upon and actively contribute to the Suna project itself, peering into its exciting future trajectory and the transformative implications it holds.
So whether your goal is maybe discovering a revolutionary new tool for your own workflows, or perhaps you're contemplating venturing into building with autonomous AI, or maybe you're just driven by curiosity about the absolute cutting edge of intelligent agents, prepare yourself for some truly illuminating and actionable insights. Get ready for a deep dive filled with genuine aha moments that will leave you not just informed, but genuinely well-versed in the world of Kortix Suna.
Let's get into it.
All right, now that we've set the stage, let's peel back that curtain and truly understand the core identity of Kortix Suna. What makes it tick? Why is it so different from, everything else out there?
Okay.
And again, let's just stress that distinction one more time. We're squarely focused on Kortix Suna, open source, generalist AI agent, explicitly built for complex task automation. It's not about crafting catchy melodies. It's about getting real-world, intricate digital work done with, unprecedented autonomy.
Indeed. And when we describe Suna as a generalist AI agent, that term generalist is really crucial. It's important to distinguish it from the single-purpose AI tools many of you probably use daily.
Okay, like a grammar checker or something.
Exactly. Or an image generator. We're talking about a system that goes way beyond that. It's built to dynamically adapt to a vast, often unpredictable array of tasks across different digital environments. And it does this by leveraging a dynamic toolkit, not just a fixed set of skills.
Ah, so it chooses its tools.
Precisely. Unlike those specialized tools, a generalist agent doesn't just do one thing very well. It figures out how to do a multitude of things, often combining its skills in novel ways, pretty much on its own. This adaptability, that's the fundamental difference. It enables it to navigate and accomplish really diverse problems.
That is a crucial distinction. So if I'm understanding this right, we're talking about a digital companion that can tackle just a breathtaking range of activities. Like, think about truly in-depth research, where it might not just search, but also intelligently sift through, say, dozens of web pages, extract disparate data points, and then synthesize all that information into a coherent report.
Yeah, that's a classic use case.
Or complex data analysis, where it could pull numbers from various sources, perform calculations, maybe identify trends, and then present those findings in a structured, maybe even visual format.
Absolutely. It has the tools for that.
And is also apparently adept at content creation, drafting comprehensive reports, summarizing lengthy articles, even generating specific document types.
Yes, that file management capability is key there.
And perhaps most powerfully, it seems it can automate highly complex digital workflows, the kind that might typically involve numerous manual steps across different applications and services.
That's where the real power often lies, stitching tasks together.
It truly sounds like it bridges the gap between your high-level intent and precise machine execution, transforming what might start as just a vague idea into a tangible, complete outcome.
That's a perfect way to put it.
So Suna isn't just about doing tasks. It's about radically compressing the time it takes to go from a complex idea to a tangible outcome. It's almost like having an entire digital task force at your fingertips.
Yeah.
Reducing reliance on manual processes or juggling, 5 different single-purpose AI tools.
Exactly. And Suna's formidable power, it stems from what our sources consistently refer to as a robust and integrated toolkit.
Okay.
This isn't just one singular capability, it's a sophisticated combination of diverse features that Suna intelligently orchestrates to complete tasks. Let's maybe break down some of these core features.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, first, there's seamless browser automation. And this means Suna can navigate the web with the fluidity of a human, not just passively viewing pages.
Right.
It can click links, fill out forms, interact with dynamic elements, and extract specific structured data points from complex web pages.
So more than just scraping.
Oh, much more. Imagine it not just gathering pricing info from, say, dozens of e-commerce sites, but maybe actively logging into secure portals, traversing multi-page forms, and then collating all that data into a comparative spreadsheet for you.
Wow. Okay.
Or maybe it could monitor specific sections of a financial news portal, extracting only the latest stock market headlines for companies you're specifically tracking. It's about active, intelligent interaction with the web.
Got it.
Next, Suna boasts extensive file management capabilities. This isn't just, moving files around.
Right.
Suna can actively create new documents from scratch, edit existing ones, think about it revising a draft report based on new information it just found,
Okay.
and even generate specific polished file types like PDF reports, CSVs, or spreadsheets pretty much on the fly.
So if it gathered that complex pricing info.
Yes, Lee. It could then not only summarize it, but generate a comprehensive PDF report, maybe complete with tables, charts, executive summaries, all formatted according to specifications you might give it.
So it's not just gathering raw data. It's transforming it into polished, ready-to-use assets.
Precisely. Information into assets.
Okay. Well,
Beyond that, Suna is equipped with advanced web crawling and search functions. This goes far beyond a basic keyword search in Google.
how so?
Well, it allows Suna to intelligently sift through vast amounts of information, pulling highly relevant data much more efficiently and precisely than a human typically could. Consider asking it to quickly sift through, say, a library of academic papers on a specific scientific breakthrough. It could identify key methodologies, extract critical findings, and then summarize perhaps conflicting viewpoints it finds across different papers. It's about knowing how to find exactly what's needed, even in really dense information landscapes.
Okay. That's powerful.
Crucially, it also supports command line execution.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, this is a powerful capability. It enables Suna to perform system-level tasks, securely interacting with the underlying operating system components, but importantly, within its isolated execution environment.
Right, the sandbox.
Exactly. So this means it could run Python scripts to perform complex calculations, manage specific system processes, or even interact with local development tools if a task required, say, code compilation or a specific environment setup. It allows Suna to bridge that gap between web-based tasks and local system operations.
Really versatile.
And, perhaps most vital for its extensibility, Suna offers deep integration with external APIs and services.
Ah, okay. Connecting out.
This is where its versatility truly shines, because it's not limited to just its internal toolkit. It can connect seamlessly to, say, a CRM system to update client records automatically,
Right.
or send personalized emails via an integrated email service, or even tap into highly specialized data providers for niche information, think real-time stock market feeds, scientific research databases, maybe even complex logistics platforms.
Wow.
This open-ended connectivity means Suna's capabilities are, well, virtually boundless, limited really only by the APIs that are available out there.
Okay, let's unpack this a bit more then. So it's not simply following predefined simple commands like step 1, step 2.
No, not at all.
It's actually figuring out how to achieve a given goal. You're giving it a high-level, maybe somewhat complex objective. And it's intelligently assembling the necessary steps, selecting the right tools from that integrated toolkit you described, and then executing them in the correct sequence to reach the objective.
That's exactly the process.
That really sounds like a true intelligent agent, possessing a level of autonomy and decision-making far beyond just a simple script runner.
It is.
It can deconstruct a nuanced user request, formulate a multi-step plan, and then execute a whole series of actions to deliver a complete and often complex result.
Yeah.
That implies a significant level of sophisticated reasoning baked right into its core, which is frankly truly incredible for an open source project.
It really is. And to truly grasp how Suna operates with that level of autonomy, we need to, well, lift the hood and examine its internal machinery.
Okay, let's do it. Under the hood time.
Right. So its design isn't a single monolithic block of code. That would be inefficient and hard to manage. Instead, it's meticulously structured as what our sources describe as a sophisticated orchestration of distinct services.
Orchestration. I like that.
Yeah. And this modularity isn't just a neat design choice. It offers profound benefits. Most notably, enhanced scalability, much simpler maintainability, meaning, updates or fixes to one component don't necessarily break the whole system.
That's huge.
It is. And significantly improved security because of that separation.
Okay, so what are these distinct services?
This robust architecture is built upon 4 primary strategically decoupled components. First up, we have the backend API.
Okay.
This is built with Python and the high-performance FastAPI framework. Think of this as the central nervous system of the entire Suna platform.
Fast API, known for speed, right?
Exactly. It's celebrated for its exceptional speed and developer-friendly design, making it a perfect choice for Suna's core. It ensures Suna can handle numerous complex requests simultaneously, delivering swift and reliable responses.
So what does this backend do?
It manages all the REST API endpoints, handles user sessions, meticulously tracks conversation history, and most critically, serves as the secure, intelligent bridge to the large language models, the LLMs that provide Suna's sophisticated reasoning capabilities.
The connection to the brain.
Precisely. And what's truly fascinating here is how it leverages the LitLM library.
LitLM. Look out.
LitLM acts as a kind of universal translator. It allows Suna to seamlessly tap into different powerful AI brains, think Anthropic's Claude, or OpenAI's GPT models without having to rewrite its core logic for each one.
Ah, clever. Like an adapter.
Exactly. It provides a unified interface, making Suna incredibly versatile in its choice of underlying AI models. It can adapt to the best available intelligence for the task at hand.
Okay, that's pillar 1, the back end. What's next?
Second, we have the front end. This is expertly developed using the Next.js framework with React.
The part you actually see and click on.
Exactly. This is what you see and interact with your intuitive window into Suna's operational world. It delivers that modern, responsive, highly interactive web application experience you'd expect.
So the chat interface lives here.
Yes, this interface features the conversational chat UI where you input your requests and receive those real-time updates. But it also provides a comprehensive dashboard.
What's on the dashboard?
That's for managing ongoing tasks, organizing different projects or conversations, and reviewing files that Suna has created or manipulated. Its primary role is really to present complex information clearly and to transmit your commands efficiently to the back-end API, making the powerful underlying system accessible and genuinely user-friendly.
Got it. Back end, front end, two down. What's the third pillar?
Our third foundational pillar is the agent Docker. This is built upon the robust Daytona platform.
Okay, Docker and Daytona. What's the role here?
Yeah.
Security.
Absolutely paramount for both security and ensuring consistent reproducibility of tasks. For every task or agent instance, Suna dynamically provisions these isolated execution environments using Docker containers, all meticulously managed via Daytona.
So each task gets its own little box.
Essentially, yes. And this sandboxed environment comes pre-equipped with all the necessary tools for the agent to do its work. Things like a headless browser controlled by Playwright for web interactions, a secure code interpreter for executing scripts, and dedicated controlled file system access.
And why is that isolation so crucial?
It's profoundly crucial. It means if Suna is, say, browsing a potentially unsafe website or running some complex code that might contain unexpected behavior, it's entirely contained. It cannot interfere with or compromise your main host system.
Like a safety net.
Exactly.
Wow.
It's akin to giving Suna its own secure, self-contained digital office where it can operate with complete freedom, but without any risk to your broader machine.
Makes sense. Okay, that's three. What's the fourth pillar?
And finally, the fourth pillar is the Supabase database, which runs on PostgreSQL.
Okay, the database.
Yeah.
For storing everything.
Precisely. This serves as the system's robust, persistent memory, the bedrock of its operational history. Suna leverages Supabase to handle all its data storage needs.
Like what specifically?
Well, that encompasses secure user authentication and management, maintaining the complete history of your interactions and conversations with the agent, reliably storing files created or manipulated by Suna, and preserving the persistent state of each individual agent as it progresses through tasks.
So it remembers everything.
It does. And a remarkable aspect of the setup is Supabase's real-time subscription capabilities.
Real time. How does that work?
They're harnessed to push updates instantly to the front end. So as Suna works diligently in the background, your user interface updates in real time without you needing to constantly hit refresh.
So you see the progress live.
Exactly. It's a living, dynamic, and auditable record of everything Suna has accomplished for you.
Wow. That really paints a vivid picture of how all these sophisticated pieces fit together, like a masterfully engineered machine.
It's a very thoughtful design.
It really highlights that Suna is far more than just a single application. It's this meticulously designed system that profoundly amplifies its capabilities by skillfully integrating, as you said, these best-in-class third-party services. It's not trying to reinvent every wheel. Instead, it's expertly selecting and affixing the highest performance wheels onto its vehicle.
Precisely. And to truly grasp this elegant orchestration, maybe an analogy helps.
Yeah, analogies are good.
Think of it this way. The back-end API functions as the conductor. It receives your high-level prompt. Let's call that the complex musical score.
Yep.
The large language model, the LLM, then acts as the brilliant composer. It interprets that score and breaks it down into an intricate sequence of specific, actionable steps or musical phrases.
Right, the plan.
Then the agent Docker becomes the entire orchestra, with each specialized external tool like Playwright for precise web browsing, Tavali for intelligent search, Firecrawl for deep data extraction acting as a dedicated instrument.
Each playing its part.
Exactly. They all play their part in the precise sequence dictated by the LLM, producing your final symphony, which is, of course, the completely executed task. This model of delegating specialized tasks to dedicated high-performance tools, all coordinated by that central intelligent reasoning loop, is what empowers Suna to tackle complex, multi-step problems that would simply be, well, intractable for any single monolithic system.
That's a great analogy, the conductor, composer, and orchestra of tools.
And this orchestra indeed includes some exceptionally powerful players. We mentioned Daytona providing that secure, sandboxed agent execution environment crucial for safety and reproducibility. Playwright is the powerhouse behind Suna's advanced browser automation, letting it interact with websites with remarkable fidelity.
Right.
Lutel LM, as we discussed, provides that unified API abstracting away the complexities of talking to various LLMs, making Suna adaptable.
Choosing the right brain for the job.
Exactly. And those LMs themselves, the actual brains interpreting your requests, come from leading providers like OpenAI and Anthropic, offering cutting-edge reasoning.
Okay.
For real-time, comprehensive web search, Suna taps into Tavali. For heavy-duty web scraping and structured data extraction, it leverages Firecrawl.
Specialized tools for specific web tasks.
Precisely. QStash from Upstash handles background job processing and asynchronous workflows, ensuring long-running tasks are managed smoothly and reliably.
Important for complex jobs.
Very. A rapid API gives Suna access to a vast, expansive marketplace of additional API-based tools, dramatically extending its potential reach into countless other services.
Wow, like a tool store.
Kind of. And for developers looking to craft highly specialized custom agents, there's Smithery, a powerful framework specifically designed to support that level of bespoke development.
This truly highlights the elegance and sheer power of Suna's modular design. It really is like a finely tuned orchestra of specialized, high-performance instruments, all playing in perfect harmony under the baton of that intelligent core.
That's the goal.
It makes me wonder, though, how practical is it for maybe someone listening right now, to actually get this powerful system up and running themselves? That's where the journey of self-hosting truly begins, right? Here's where it gets really interesting, or maybe challenging.
You've hit on a critical point. Deploying Kortix Suna is, yes, a distinctly developer-centric process.
Okay, good to know up front.
It's designed to give you unparalleled, complete control over your AI agent, which is a significant advantage for those who truly want to customize and, well, own their digital workforce.
Right, the control aspect.
However, this level of power inherently comes with the requirement for a technical approach. This complexity isn't an oversight or a flaw, let's be clear. It's a direct consequence of the platform's incredible power, its flexibility, and frankly, its target audience users who are comfortable with modern development practices and managing cloud services. It's important to understand upfront that this is not a click and install consumer application. Setting that expectation is key to a successful journey.
Right. It sounds like preparing for a significant expedition, you need to meticulously gather all your gear and provisions before you even set foot on the path. Otherwise, you're going to face some serious roadblocks down the line.
That's a perfect analogy.
So what are those essential ingredients and tools one needs to assemble before embarking on this Suna self-hosting adventure?
You absolutely need to have some fundamental software components already in place on your system. First, Docker and Docker Compose. These are not just recommended, they are absolutely essential. They are the foundational technology Suna uses to run those isolated, secure environments for the agent.
Non-negotiable. Got it.
It's non-negotiable. You'll also need Git, the version control system, for cloning the Suna repository from GitHub. That's where the entire project codebase lives.
Standard dev tool.
Okay. And critically, you'll need Python, specifically version 3.11 or newer. This is the core programming language the backend of Suna is built upon. Without these three, you won't even be able to begin the installation process.
Okay, Docker, Git, Python 3.11 plus mores. What else? Beyond software.
Right. Beyond the foundational software, you'll require a collection of accounts and corresponding API keys from various external services. Remember that orchestration analogy?
Yeah, the conductor needing the orchestra.
Exactly. Suna intelligently leverages these third-party tools to perform its specialized functions. So you'll need a Supabase account that's the backbone for Suna's database and authentication system.
Okay, Supabase key.
You'll also need at least one large language model, LLM provider key. Anthropic is highly recommended by the developers for optimal performance, but OpenAI, Grok, and OpenRouter are also fully supported. This gives you flexibility to choose the specific brain you want Suna to use.
Choose your LLM.
Got it.
Then there's a Daytona API key, which is vital for provisioning and managing Suna's secure agent execution environments.
Daytona key. Check.
For Suna's web search capabilities, you'll need a Tavily key.
Tavily for search.
And for advanced web scraping, a Firecrawl key.
Firecrawl for scraping.
Finally, you'll need a QStash from Upstash account and key. This service is crucial for handling background jobs and managing asynchronous workflows, ensuring those long-running or delayed tasks are processed correctly and reliably without blocking the main application.
Okay, QStash for background jobs, that's quite a list of keys.
It is. And gathering all these keys, setting up these accounts before you start the installation is a pivotal preparatory step. It will save you significant time and, frankly, frustration later on.
Right. Prep work is key. That sounds like a comprehensive checklist. But for your first attempt, the Suna project actually offers a helping hand, right? Which is a welcome relief given all those prerequisites.
They do, thankfully.
They provide a recommended path, their interactive setup.pwizard. Tell us about that. Yes, the setup.py wizard is undoubtedly the most user-friendly approach for initial deployment, and it's a testament to the developer's foresight in handling this complexity.
Okay.
You start by cloning the Suna GitHub repository to your local machine using the command git clone https://github.com/kortix-isuna.git, and then you navigate into the newly created directory with cd Suna.
Standard git clone.
Standard git clone. From there, you simply execute the setup script.python setup.py.
Okay.
The wizard then takes over. It guides you through a thorough, interactive 14-step process. It intelligently checks for the presence of all your required software tools first.
Done.
Then it prompts you to enter each of those API keys and critical configuration details you've gathered. It meticulously sets up the Supabase database, configures all the necessary environment files, env files usually, and automatically installs all the Python and JavaScript dependencies for both the backend and front end.
So it handles a lot of the tedious parts.
It really does. And what's truly invaluable for a multi-step installation like this is its ability to save your progress.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Isn't it? It means if something unexpected goes wrong, or if you simply need a break maybe to go find that missing API key, you can pause and resume the setup without having to start all over from scratch. It's an incredibly thoughtful design for such complex deployment, transforming a potentially daunting task into a manageable series of guided steps.
That sounds like a potential guardian angel for anyone who's ever, contemplated throwing their computer out the window during a complex installation.
We've all been there.
But okay, for advanced users, or maybe if you encounter a very specific snag with the wizard that requires a more surgical approach, there's always the option for granular manual configuration. What does that entail? Sounds scary.
Right. The manual path offers the ultimate granular control, but it absolutely demands meticulous attention to detail. Let me give you a couple of examples.
Okay.
For instance, with Supabase, after you've created your project in their console, you then need to use the Supabase CLI, their command line tool, to link your local repository clone to your remote Supabase project.
Okay, linking local and remote.
Following that, you push the initial database migrations to set up the schema. But here's a critical manual step that the docs highlight and many apparently miss. You must navigate to your Supabase project's dashboard online, go into project settings, then API settings, and manually add base jump to the exposed schema section.
Base jump. Okay, why?
Without this precise adjustment, the authentication schema Suna relies on won't be accessible to Suna's API, which means user logins will fail, effectively rendering the system unusable. It's a small but crucial detail.
Wow. Okay, good to know. What about Daytona?
Similarly, for Daytona, after you generate your API key, you have to create something called a snapshot with an incredibly specific configuration. This includes setting the exact name Kortix Suna 0.1.3, ensuring the image name is also Kortix Suna 3.
Very specific versioning.
Extremely specific, and perhaps most exactingly, configuring the entry point to be precisely use urban supervisor-n-n-c, etc., supervisor.conf.d, supervisor.com.
Okay, that's...
It is. And this kind of specificity is exactly why the manual path requires an almost surgical attention to detail. A single misplaced character, a typo in that entry point string, can send you down a frustrating debugging rabbit hole that feels like searching for a needle in a haystack.
I can imagine.
And for QStash, you need to specifically obtain both your QStash token and your signing keys directly from the Upstash console. These are absolutely vital for the backend to correctly process background jobs and handle webhook callbacks, which are crucial for those asynchronous workflows. Any deviation or missing key here can lead to baffling connection failures that are hard to trace.
Okay, so the manual path is powerful, but definitely requires care and probably consulting the documentation very closely.
Very, very closely. The wizard is definitely the recommended starting point.
So once all these intricate pieces are meticulously configured either via wizard or manual pane and they're in their correct places, firing it up and getting Suna actually running is relatively straightforward. Please say yes.
Yes, thankfully. Once the complex configuration is precisely nailed down, launching the services is significantly simpler. You can conveniently use the provided start.py helper script. It's designed to launch all the necessary Docker containers with a single command, python start.py. Running it again will also gracefully stop them.
Nice and easy.
Alternatively, for more direct control, or if you prefer standard Docker tooling, you can use standard Docker compose commands directly in the root directory of the project. Docker compose up-ind will start all services in detached mode, meaning they run in the background.
Right.
And Docker compose down will shut them all down cleanly.
Okay, start.py or Docker compose up. Seems manageable.
But here's a crucial piece of advice. Don't just assume it works perfectly after you run up.
The verification step.
Absolutely critical. Post-installation verification is key. Once you've launched the services, navigate to the front-end URL in your browser, usually something like localhost 300. The very first step is to create a user account directly through the Supabase authentication system, which is seamlessly built right into Suna's interface.
Okay, sign up.
Once you're successfully logged in, don't hesitate. Perform a simple test query. Ask Suna to do something basic, like perform a simple web search, or maybe ask what time it is, something that forces it to use the LLM and maybe a tool.
Why is that initial test so important?
Because it ensures that all the complex components are actually talking to each other correctly. From your browser, through the front end to the back end, making a call out to the LLM provider, maybe hitting the Daytona agent environment, and successfully returning a response to you. It verifies the whole chain.
Okay, check the whole loop. Makes sense.
And if, or maybe more realistically, when something goes wrong during or after installation, which is almost inevitable with complex multi-service setups like this, there are a few common failure points you should immediately investigate.
Troubleshooting tips, always welcome.
First, API key errors. Incredibly common, often frustratingly simple to fix. A single misplaced character, an incorrect key copied, maybe an expired trial key. These will stop Suna dead in its tracks. Like trying to unlock a vault with a bent key, triple check those keys.
Check the keys. Got it.
Second, diligently check your LLM quotas. Ensure your chosen LLM provider account has sufficient credits or isn't hitting a rate limit, especially if you're doing a lot of testing.
Running out of juice.
Exactly. And this raises an important point.
Yep.
Are you truly prepared for the potential operational costs of running a powerful AI agent? It might be making hundreds or even thousands of API calls on your behalf, depending on the tasks. Factor that in.
Good point. Costs. Okay, what else?
Third, webhook URLs are a frequent culprit, especially for local setups. Services like QStash often require a publicly accessible webhook URL for callbacks for when a background job finishes, for example.
Right, the service needs to call back to your Suna instance.
Precisely. If you're running Suna locally on your machine, that instance isn't typically accessible from the public internet. So you'll almost certainly need a tunneling service like ngrok to expose your local instance securely to the internet just for these callbacks to function correctly.
ngrok are similar. Okay.
Finally, Docker issues are ubiquitous in these kinds of setups. Always ensure the Docker daemon, the background service, is actually running properly on your machine. Check that it has been allocated sufficient system resources, memory, CPU, and crucially, learn to delve into the logs of the individual containers using Docker Compose logs. You can even tail specific container logs like Docker Compose logs -f backend. Those logs are your absolute best friend for pinpointing and debugging complex issues. They'll often tell you exactly where things went wrong.
Right. Docker Compose logs, learn it, use it. Okay. Getting Suna installed sounds like a significant achievement, truly a journey in itself.
It can be, yeah.
But once you've conquered that mountain, the real excitement, the true fun, truly begins when you start using it. So what does this all mean for someone wanting to harness this immense power and truly master Suna, transforming from, a mere user into an architect of automated tasks?
Absolutely. Once you have a running instance, the focus definitively shifts from deployment to effective utilization. And mastering Suna isn't about rote memorization of fixed commands like learning traditional software.
Okay.
Instead, it's about developing a profound mental model for delegating incredibly complex tasks to an autonomous agent. This involves not only understanding its intuitive interface, but most critically, developing the nuanced skill of crafting high-quality prompts that genuinely unlock its full, intelligent potential. It really is an art form.
Okay, the art of the prompt. So the primary interface for Suna is that sleek web application featuring the conversational chat UI we talked about earlier.
It's right.
This is where you'll engage directly with Suna, effectively telling it what you need, much like you might brief a highly capable colleague. But it's clearly more than just a simple chat window, isn't it? You mentioned a dashboard.
It is indeed. Beyond the primary chat interface, there's also that comprehensive dashboard. This provides a higher level, more holistic view. It allows you to seamlessly manage different projects or distinct conversation threads.
Okay.
You can view, organize, and interact with files that the agent has created or modified, like those PDF reports or spreadsheets. And perhaps most importantly, you can monitor the real-time progress of ongoing tasks.
Ah, task tracking.
Exactly. It's not just a chat. It functions as a full project management system specifically designed for your automated tasks. It grants you unparalleled oversight and granular control over everything Suna is actively engaged in.
Okay, makes sense. Interface and dashboard. Now let's get to that core skill, crafting effective prompts, the art of delegation.
Yes, this is absolutely the heart of using Suna effectively. The core message here is undeniably critical. The quality and precision of Suna's output are directly proportional to the quality and clarity of your input prompt.
Garbage in, garbage out, amplified.
Pretty much, yes. This isn't a casual conversation with a general chatbot where you can be vague and hope for the best. Suna demands precision, foresight, and a crystal clear articulation of what you want it to achieve.
So it's not simply about asking a vague question like, tell me about the healthcare market.
Definitely not.
It's about structuring what our sources refer to as detailed project briefs. It sounds less like asking a friend for a favor and far more like meticulously writing a comprehensive instruction manual for a very smart, very capable robot.
Yeah.
You need to be explicit, leaving as little room for ambiguity as possible.
Precisely. Let's deconstruct a couple of highly illustrative examples provided by the developers themselves. These really demonstrate what constitutes a best practice prompt.
Okay, examples are good.
Consider the prompt for a competitor analysis. Analyze the market for my next company in the healthcare industry, located in the UK. Give me the major players, their market size, strengths, and weaknesses, and add their website URLs. Once done, generate a PDF report.
Okay, that's pretty specific.
It's exceptional because it is incredibly specific and clearly defines a multi-step logical workflow for a Suna. Notice how it explicitly states the target industry healthcare, the precise geographical location, the UK market. Then it enumerates the exact data points required, identifying major players, assessing their market size, detailing their strengths and weaknesses, and crucially, including their website URLs.
Right, very clear requirements.
And finally, and powerfully, it specifies the desired final output format, a polished PDF report. This comprehensive level of clarity enables the agent to formulate an unambiguous concrete plan.
Okay, so Suna thinks. Step 1, search. Step 2, browse. Step 3, synthesize.
Exactly. First, intelligently search for UK healthcare market data. Then, meticulously browse the websites of identified companies to extract the specific competitive information needed. Next, synthesize these diverse findings into a coherent, structured analysis. And finally, leverage its file management tool to create and output that final, formatted PDF document. The agent isn't guessing or inferring, it's executing a well-defined, actionable directive.
That makes perfect sense. Give it the blueprint. What's the other example?
Another fantastic example that showcases Suna's capabilities, especially in web automation, is the prompt for looking for candidates. Go on LinkedIn and find me 10 profiles available they are not working right now for a junior software engineer position who are located in Munich, Germany. They should have at least one bachelor's degree in computer science or anything related to it and 1 year of experience in any field role.
Wow, okay. That's drilling down.
This prompt demonstrates targeted web automation at its absolute finest. It clearly states the precise target website LinkedIn, the exact number of results, desired 10 profiles, and then provides an incredibly granular list of filtering criteria. Candidates must be currently available, not working right now, specifically seeking a junior software engineer position, located specifically in Munich, Germany, possess at least one bachelor's degree in computer science or a related field, and have a minimum of 1 year of experience in any professional role.
So much detail.
This granular level of detail empowers the agent to perform a highly specific, automated search and data extraction task. It can meticulously filter down potentially thousands of profiles to deliver exactly the 10 you need, significantly reducing what would otherwise be hours of manual searching and filtering.
Okay. The profound takeaway from these examples seems to be this. Interacting with Suna is far more akin to designing a high-level workflow for, say, a robotic process automation RPA system than simply chatting with a bot.
That's a very astute comparison, yes.
Your prompt effectively serves as the initial specification for a sophisticated automated process.
Precisely. Therefore, an effective user of Suna thinks in terms of sequential, tool-based actions. They articulate their desired end state in a manner that is unambiguous, complete, and readily decomposable by the agent's advanced reasoning engine, the LLM. It's really a shift in how we conceive of digital work.
How so?
You're moving from being an operator, clicking buttons and filling forms, to being a strategic architect, designing complex workflows for an increasingly intelligent digital workforce. The true insight here is recognizing that your prompt is actually a high-level strategic brief for your AI agent.
So the actionable advice here is abundantly clear. Structuring a prompt with explicit step-by-step instructions, something like, first, gather data from these sources. Second, analyze it for these specific trends. Finally, produce a summary presentation that directly aligns your strategic intent with Suna's operational model.
Exactly.
You're essentially handing it a detailed playbook, not just a vague request, ensuring that its powerful autonomy is directed precisely towards your goals.
Precisely. And to fully appreciate why that playbook approach is so remarkably effective, it's illuminating to peer into Suna's internal agentic workflow, what actually happens after it receives your prompt.
Yeah, what's going on inside the black box?
Well, it doesn't just spontaneously jump into action. Its first crucial step, powered by its integrated large language model, is to meticulously create a comprehensive plan.
The planning phase.
Right. The LLM analyzes your high-level request, deconstructs it, and then breaks it down into a logical sequence of granular subtasks that it knows can be effectively accomplished using its available tools. This intelligent planning phase is absolutely foundational, especially for complex multi-step requests. It forms the precise blueprint for the entire operation, ensuring a systematic approach to task completion.
Okay, it makes a plan, then what?
Once it has established a coherent plan, Suna proceeds to execute actions through what's called XML-based tool calling.
XML, like old school web stuff.
Sort of, but used very effectively here. It's a highly structured and robust mechanism for the agent to instruct itself, or more accurately, the underlying system, precisely which tool to utilize and with what specific parameters.
How did that work?
When Suna determines that it needs to employ a tool, whether it's the web browser via Playwright, the file editor, or calling an external API, it generates a specific XML block. This XML specifies the tool's exact name, he/she, tool name, browser.browse tool name, and the precise parameters for its operation. Example, URL https.example.com, a real query search terms query, all in a format that leaves absolutely no room for ambiguity.
Ah, so it's machine-readable instructions for itself.
Exactly. This structured approach is incredibly robust and far less prone to the misinterpretation that could happen with just informal natural language alone. It ensures the agent's intentions are carried out with remarkable precision and unwavering reliability. It forms the backbone of its autonomous execution.
Okay, XML for tool calls. How does it keep track of the plan as it executes? Does it tick things off a list?
That's a great question. To maintain a clear record of its multi-step plan and current progress, the agent relies on an internal task management system. Initially, this was a more rudimentary approach.
How rudimentary?
Suna would basically create and update a simple to-do.md file, a markdown file, within its own isolated file system.
Like a checklist in a text file.
Pretty much. While functional, providing a basic form of persistent memory for its current workflow, the project's development, according to the sources, is actively moving towards a much more robust database-driven task list tool.
Ah, using that SUPA-based database probably.
That seems likely. This new proposed system would empower the agent to manage its tasks through full CRU'd operations. Create, read, update, and delete, all within a persistent, queryable database record, likely stored in SUPA-base.
What's the advantage to that?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, this is a significant leap forward. It moves towards far more transparent and auditable agent behavior. It means you could potentially query Suna about its precise past actions in a structured way, gain a granular understanding of its current task list state, or maybe even intervene and modify its task list programmatically. It opens up new avenues for user control and collaboration with the agent.
Fascinating. More structured internal state management. So not only can you use Suna, prompt it effectively, understand its internal processes, but what if you want to make Suna do something it hasn't been explicitly programmed for before?
Ah, the extension question.
Or perhaps even fundamentally change how it thinks, how it approaches problems, or how it interacts with you. This is where the landscape truly broadens and gets really interesting, right?
Yep.
Delving into its code and maybe becoming an active contributor.
Absolutely. For those truly wishing to achieve peak expertise with Suna, the ultimate step is indeed to transcend mere usage and move into understanding, extending, and actively contributing to its evolution.
Going beyond user to developer.
Exactly. This necessitates a deep dive into the underlying source code and a solid grasp of the project's development practices. Fortunately, as we touched on with the architecture, the Suna repository is exceptionally well organized. It features a clear separation of concerns that directly mirrors those architectural pillars we
Right,
discussed.
the back end, front end, etc.
Yes. This thoughtful structure allows a developer to quickly orient themselves, understanding precisely where to look based on the functionality they're interested in modifying or exploring. It makes the code base much less intimidating.
Can you remind us of those key directories?
Sure, the backend directory contains the fast API server, all the critical API endpoints, the sophisticated LLM integration logic, including that light LM piece, and the core business logic of Suna, all meticulously written in Python.
Okay, back end logic.
The front-end directory houses the entire Next.js and React user interface, all the components, pages, styles that you interact with, predominantly written in TypeScript. The docs directory is your go-to for all project documentation, including those crucial self-hosting and contributing guides, all presented in clear Markdown.
The instruction manuals.
The .github workflows directory contains the continuous integration, continuous deployment, CI/CD automation pipelines, defining how the project is tested and deployed, specified in YAML.
Automation scripts.
And then you have essential helper scripts right in the root, like setup.py, which is that interactive setup wizard we discussed, and start.py, the convenient script for starting and stopping the application services, both written in Python.
Okay. This clear, logical structure means if I wanted to, say, poke around and see exactly how the chat UI streams responses back to the user,
You'd look in front end, probably in the chat components.
or if I wanted to understand how Suna decides which tool to call based on the LLM response.
You dive into backend, likely focusing on the LLM integration parts and the logic that parses those XML tool calls.
It's like having a well-labeled blueprint for a complex machine, much easier to navigate.
Precisely. If your goal is to explore the backend, diving into backend, you'll want to focus on the main application entry point, typically in a main.py or similar file. This shows how the fast API app is initialized, how middleware for logging, auth, etc. is configured, and how the various API routers are included.
Okay, starting point.
You'll also find the API endpoint definitions themselves, clearly illustrating how user requests are received and processed. But perhaps most crucially, as you said, this is where you'll uncover the intricate integration with LLM. This section reveals exactly how Suna formats requests to different LLM providers, how it processes their responses, and that vital logic for parsing the XML tool calls. It really is the nexus where Suna's brain connects to its hands, understanding what the LLM tells it to do.
Got it. And for the front end, if I wanted to tweak the UI,
For front-end exploration, within front-end, you'd likely start with the main page component, often named page.tsx in Next.js apps. This gives you the high-level layout. The chat components are particularly vital. They managed displaying the conversation history, handling user input, and rendering those streaming responses in real time.
okay,
You'll also encounter the state management solution, how the UI keeps track of things like the conversation, user status, task progress. And finally, the client-side API fetching logic shows how the front end talks to the back-end's REST endpoints to get and send data.
this level of detail offers an unparalleled opportunity to truly understand the intricate flow of information and control within the Suna system, from your initial prompt all the way through to Suna's decision-making, tool execution, and the final result.
It really does. And beyond just understanding its inner workings, Suna is a vibrant, open-source project that genuinely welcomes and thrives on community contributions.
How does one contribute? Is there a process?
Yes, the contribution process is well standardized and clearly outlined in their contributing.md file, which is pretty standard for well-run open-source projects. It adheres to the familiar, robust GitHub flow.
Okay, the standard GitHub workflow.
Exactly. You begin by forking the Suna repository to your own GitHub account. Then you create a new, dedicated feature branch from the main branch for your changes. You proceed to make your desired changes, commit them with clear, descriptive messages.
Good commit messages are key.
Always. Then you push that feature branch up to your personal fork on GitHub. And then, crucially, you open a pull request, PR, back to the original Kortix Suna repository. That PR is where your proposed changes are rigorously reviewed by the core team and potentially other community contributors before being merged.
Okay, fork, branch, code, commit, push, PR.
Got it.
Any best practices they suggest?
Yes, for aspiring contributors, the Suna team strongly encourages using that Python setup.py wizard we discussed earlier.
Why is that important for contributing?
It helps ensure that your local development environment is configured identically to the one used by the core team and their automated CI/CD pipelines. This significantly prevents those frustrating, "it works on my machine but fails in CI" issues.
Consistency. Good idea.
When crafting your changes, it's vital to adhere to the existing code style and conventions for consistency and readability. Keep your pull requests small and laser-focused on a single feature or bug fix if possible. This makes them much easier to review, test, and integrate quickly.
Small, focused PRs. Makes sense.
And if you're submitting a bug report via a GitHub issue, always provide clear, reproducible steps. Describe the expected versus the actual behavior precisely, and include relevant environment details, OS, Python version, Docker version, and, if possible, logs from Docker Compose logs. These best practices make a monumental difference in how quickly and effectively your valuable contributions can be understood and adopted.
Right. Help them help you. This is truly the magic of open source in action. It's how you transcend from merely being a user to actively shaping the future of a project, making it more powerful and robust for everyone.
Indeed. The true, enduring power of an open source platform like Suna lies in its remarkable extensibility. You are absolutely not limited to its out-of-the-box capabilities.
So you can add new features.
Absolutely. As a developer, you have the profound ability to add entirely new functionality, custom-tailored to your specific needs. For example, imagine you wanted Suna to have a specialized tool for checking real-time weather conditions.
Okay, a weather tool. How would you add that?
This would typically involve adding a new Python function within the backend that securely calls an external weather API using something like requests. Then, a crucial intelligence step. The agent's main system prompt its core operating instructions. Usually a text file or configuration within the backend would need to be thoughtfully updated.
How so?
You'd need to explicitly make the LLM aware of this new tool. You'd add a description of what the GetWeather tool does, what parameters it takes, like location, and maybe some guidance on when the LLM should decide to use it.
Teaching the LLM about its new capability.
Exactly. Optionally, you could even add a custom UI element to the front end to elegantly display the weather information, maybe giving the user a direct button or input field to trigger this new capability. This is a direct, empowering path to customizing Suna for your unique requirements, transforming it into a truly personal digital assistant.
Wow. So you can add totally new tools. What about changing how it behaves?
Yes, even more fundamentally, you can deeply modify the core agent behavior. Suna's fundamental behavior, its nuanced personality, its precise instruction-following capabilities. These are actually defined in a series of sophisticated system prompts and configuration files stored within the backend.
The system prompts again.
Right. By carefully editing these prompts and parameters, a developer can potentially fundamentally alter how the agent operates at a very deep, almost cognitive level.
Can you give an example?
For instance, as suggested in one of the GitHub issues mentioned in the sources, the main agent prompt could be refactored. Maybe you could make Suna significantly more chatty, or encourage it to ask clarifying questions before it even begins executing a task.
Make it more cautious or interactive.
Exactly. This could create a more interactive conversational user experience, perhaps making Suna confirm specific details or potential ambiguities in your request before it jumps into a complex multi-step task. This could dramatically reduce errors and improve the alignment between the agent's execution and your precise intent.
That's really powerful, tuning the agent's personality and approach.
It is. And a crucial realization for any aspiring contributor or power user is that Suna is far from a static project. It is, unequivocally, a living, breathing system undergoing incredibly rapid evolution.
How rapid?
A mere glance at the GitHub issues list provides compelling evidence. There's a high velocity of development, significant ongoing architectural discussions. There are active plans, according to the sources, to completely refactor the billing system, to diligently seek and implement an open-source alternative to QStash for background job processing, which could foster even greater community involvement.
Moving away from dependencies.
Potentially, and even plans to migrate the primary production infrastructure to Google Cloud Platform's Vertex AI, indicating a major strategic shift in its underlying cloud strategy, likely for enhanced scalability and reliability.
A big infrastructure change.
Indeed. In fact, one issue mentioned in the sources is even provocatively titled "Need for a Different Architecture," plainly indicating that the core team is not afraid to fundamentally rethink and re-engineer core aspects of the system to achieve its full potential. They're constantly iterating.
Wow. This means true expertise isn't just about knowing the current code base inside and out. It's about actively engaging with the project's dynamic trajectory. You truly need to know where Suna is going if you want to make impactful, future-proof contributions and leverage its cutting edge.
Exactly. Understanding the technical intricacies of Suna is only one part of the journey to becoming a genuine expert. A complete and truly forward-looking picture must also embrace the vibrant community that nurtures it and the dynamic, ambitious direction in which the project is rapidly moving.
Right. For any open source project, that community truly is its lifeline, isn't it? It's the central hub where you find essential support, forge new connections, passionately share your ideas, and collaborate with other users and developers who are just as enthusiastic about the project as you are.
Absolutely. And Suna has meticulously established clear, effective channels for this vital interaction. The primary hub for real-time communication is undoubtedly the Suna Discord server.
Ah, Discord, the usual suspect for open source communities.
It is. This is where users and developers can join to seek immediate help with self-hosting challenges, engage in lively discussions about various innovative use cases, proudly share their successes, and interact directly with other passionate community members, and, crucially, often with the core developers themselves. It's a dynamic, live forum for problem solving and ideation.
Do we have a link for that?
Yes, the sources provide the official invitation link, https://discord.ggpy6pcbuupw. We should make that available.
Okay, the Discord server. What else?
Beyond Discord, GitHub issues and pull requests serve as the formal, structured platform for the project's ongoing development. The Issues section is meticulously used for reporting bugs, proposing new features, and engaging in broader technical discussions about plan changes and future directions.
Right, the more formal track.
And the pull request section is where all coded contributions are formally submitted, rigorously reviewed, and ultimately integrated into the main code base. Actively following these sections on GitHub is, without question, the most effective way to stay profoundly informed about the technical evolution of the platform and witness its progress firsthand, almost in real time.
So, Discord for chat and quick help. GitHub for formal tracking and contribution.
That's a good summary. And by meticulously analyzing the open issues and discussions on GitHub, one can construct a remarkably forward-looking view of Suna's ambitious development roadmap. The project is clearly not content to rest on its current impressive capabilities. It is actively pursuing significant, transformative enhancements across multiple critical fronts.
Like what? What does the crystal ball, aka GitHub issues, show?
Well, in terms of architectural evolution, there are clear, compelling indicators of major strategic shifts being planned or discussed. We mentioned the potential migration of the primary production environment to Google Cloud Platform's Vertex AI, suggesting a move towards more robust, scalable, enterprise-grade infrastructure.
They're also actively exploring high-performance open-source alternatives for the QSACH messaging system. A move like that could significantly reduce reliance on third-party services and potentially foster even greater community involvement in core infrastructure development. Interesting. More open source internally, too.
Potentially. Additionally, they're investigating and adopting exciting new technologies mentioned in the issues, like Stagehand for next-generation web browsing capabilities and More LLM for faster, more dynamic file updates within the agent's environment. These changes, taken collectively, point towards a fundamental, deeply considered focus on dramatically improving Suna's core scalability, its unwavering reliability, and its overall operational performance, preparing it for even more demanding tasks in the future.
Okay, big architectural shifts. What about the user side?
Beyond the foundational architecture, there's a pronounced, deliberate focus on user experience, UX/UI, evident in the issues. Numerous open issues are dedicated to meticulously refining the user experience for complex, multi-step workflows, ensuring the interface remains intuitive even for highly intricate tasks.
Making complex things feel simple.
That's the goal. They are also prioritizing improvements to the mobile interface, aiming to make Suna even more accessible and powerful for users on the go. Furthermore, efforts are being made to make the process of connecting and integrating external services far more intuitive and seamless for the user. This commitment vividly demonstrates that they're not just building a powerful engine, they are actively making it easier, more pleasant, and more efficient for you to drive and interact with, ensuring a smoother journey for all users.
Good to hear. Engine power is great, but usability matters. What about the agent's intelligence itself? Any enhancements planned there?
And perhaps most excitingly, the roadmap, gleaned from those issues, reveals significant plans for enhanced agent capabilities, pointing towards an even more intelligent and genuinely autonomous Suna.
Ooh, tell me more.
For instance, the roadmap highlights plans to integrate the powerful Pandas data analysis library directly into the agent's execution environment, that Docker container.
For Pandas, the Python data science library, inside the agent.
Exactly. This would unlock incredibly sophisticated data manipulation, analysis, and statistical processing workflows for Suna, allowing it to derive much deeper insights from raw data with remarkable proficiency right within its own secure environment.
That would be huge for data tasks.
Huge. But perhaps the most profound development discussed, and one that truly sets the imagination soaring, is an active proposal, mentioned in the issues, to give the main Suna agent the ability to self-edit its own configuration as it works.
Wait, self-edit its own configuration. How would that work?
Imagine what that means. An AI that not only executes tasks based on its current configuration and prompts, but also potentially improves its own execution logic or parameters in real time based on task outcomes or feedback.
Oh,
This isn't just automation, it's potentially the dawn of autonomous optimization. It's a significant step towards a truly adaptive and self-improving system. Imagine an AI that learns and optimizes itself as it completes tasks for you, adjusting its own parameters, maybe even tweaking its system prompts slightly to become more efficient or effective over time, perhaps without explicit human intervention for every single refinement.
that's mind-bending, an agent that rewrites its own instructions.
It's definitely pushing the boundaries. Now, it's likely early stages, but the fact that it's being actively discussed and proposed is significant. It's also fascinating to observe what appears to be, based on the sources looking at GitHub activity, a sophisticated hybrid development model for Suna.
Hybrid, what do you mean?
The presence of links to a private Slack workspace, apparently something like kortixworkspace.slack.com, within GitHub issues opened by core contributors suggests that a dedicated internal team is likely strategically driving the primary vision and making major foundational architectural decisions.
Okay, a core team steering the ship.
While the pivotal role of the broader open source community then becomes building upon this robust foundation, meticulously fixing bugs, enthusiastically adding new tools and integrations, refining existing features, and providing that invaluable feedback and stream of innovative ideas. This dynamic ensures both strategic direction from the core and widespread collaborative innovation from the community.
Right. So for anyone contemplating contributing, understanding this intricate dynamic between the core team's direction and the community's contributions is absolutely key to engaging effectively with the project and making the most impactful contributions that align with the overall vision.
Precisely. You want to build with the grain, not against it.
We've just navigated a truly incredible landscape in this deep dive, haven't we? Feels like we covered a lot of ground.
We certainly did.
We've meticulously unpacked Kortix Suna, starting from its fundamental identity as this powerful, generalist AI agent capable of profound, complex task automation, all the way to its sophisticated, four-pillared architecture that underpins its remarkable versatility and power. The back-end, front-end, agent Docker, and database.
That's right. We've explored the hands-on journey of self-hosting, understanding its many intricate dependencies, and the technical precision required to get it running.
Definitely requires precision.
We then delved into how to truly master its use by meticulously designing those precise, workflow-oriented prompts that speak directly to Suna's operational model, moving beyond simple requests to detailed briefs.
The art of the prompt.
And for the truly ambitious, we explored how to delve into its very code base, extend its capabilities by adding new custom tools, or even profoundly modifying its core behavior through system prompts, and ultimately, how to actively contribute to its exhilarating future by engaging with the GitHub process.
So it's really a multi-layered understanding.
It is. And because Suna is, as we've established, a living, rapidly evolving project, becoming a true expert isn't a static achievement. It's not like learning a piece of software that barely changes year to year.
Right, it's a moving target.
Exactly. It absolutely requires continuous, active engagement, with its vibrant community on Discord for real-time interaction and support, and close attention to its fast-moving development trajectory on GitHub, where its roadmap is openly discussed and continually shaped. This project is really a testament to constant innovation in the open-source AI space.
So it's a journey of continuous learning, ongoing experimentation, and potentially active contribution, moving you far beyond just being a passive user to becoming a genuine, active participant in Suna's future, shaping its capabilities and direction alongside the core team and the rest of the community.
That's the opportunity open source presents. And this deep dive into Kortix Suna, it highlights a truly fascinating and accelerating trend that's profoundly reshaping our digital world. It's this fundamental shift.
A shift from what to what?
From simply using AI tools as black boxes to actively owning, shaping, and even cultivating your own autonomous digital workforce,
Oh.
building and customizing your own agents.
Owning your own digital workforce. I like the sound of that.
It raises a truly important, perhaps even provocative question for all of us to consider. In a future where AI agents, like Suna is perhaps evolving towards, can not only execute tasks, but also potentially self-edit their own configurations, continuously learn and optimize themselves,
Yeah.
how will our own roles, both as users who delegate tasks and as developers who build and shape these systems, how will our roles fundamentally evolve and adapt alongside these increasingly intelligent, potentially self-improving digital companions?
Wow. That is a provocative thought.
Yeah.
How do we collaborate with or manage or even just comprehend an AI that's actively rewriting its own rules as it works?
Something to mull over.
Definitely something to mull over as you consider building and shaping your very own digital workforce with tools like Kortix Suna. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.